Good evening, everybody. This is a crypto market recap for Tuesday, March 25th. We're still in our equilibrium for Bitcoin dominance, looking for a daily higher low at this point. We're just tightening up here. This kind of an equilibrium here shaping up. Bitcoin itself had an inside bar day, and we're in a double inside bar at this time, but we've made enough room for a higher low. So if we do see daily consolidation, we've got the 12 moving average and the 200 right below us. So we've made enough room to make that daily higher low if that is the case. The 50 is kind of stumping us from above right now, and seeing a little bit of upper wicks that kind of gives caution that we could see the daily consolidation. But as long as we don't lose our 4-hour uptrend, we are perfectly fine. Look at the 12 moving averages holding us up perfectly. So Bitcoin's looking good. Ethereum's a little bit weaker, but we're still holding at same thing. Daily inside bar. We'll see what the break, what happens with the break here today or tomorrow, I guess. But we're already in tomorrow. We've made enough room for a daily higher low. So if that is the case, as long as we don't see elevated volume to the downside. And overall, we're just looking for we're in our weekly bounces now. So on Bitcoin, we're just looking for a weekly lower high than 99,472. So as long as we don't lose when we lose the 4-hour trend is when I'm starting to look at, okay, maybe we could have set our weekly lower high. That will increase our odds that we do set the lower high. So as long as we're keeping the 4-hour uptrends, we're very healthy. It's not guaranteed that we'll lose it. It's just that's what will be step one, is losing that 4-hour trend, that we will caution that our weekly lower high is set. So Ethereum did just break its weekly inside bar bullish, and it's just not a lot of follow through. So we have, on Ethereum, we've got a long ways to go for a weekly lower high and to shape up an inverse head and shoulders. So we're still, on the weekly, we're still in a bear flag. We need to get above the 0.382 on the way back up. We need to get, to be honest, above the point. We need to get to the golden pocket to give us more faith that we could be setting up an inverse head and shoulders on the weekly. I like to see the golden pocket, and then at least so I can draw at least a inverse head and shoulder on the weekly. So we're nowhere near that yet. But we need to keep this daily uptrend going at this point and make more room so that when we do top out on the weekly, that we have enough room on the way back down. But right now, we're still caution on Ethereum especially. Bitcoin has made enough room to set a weekly higher low already, so it's looking better. XRP's made enough room to set a higher low. Still trying to keep this daily uptrend alive. Saw a little bit of daily consolidation today, but we wicked off the 12 moving average and the 50, closed above them. Let's see. We need to see more continuation here at this point. Litecoin still in this rising wedge. Bit of an uptick in volume here, so that is a good look. But still, we have this upper trend line that is kind of giving us grief. And then after that, we've broken our weekly inside bar. So then we have quite a bit of room to make a weekly lower high at this point. So then we'll have the weekly 12 moving average. We need to get above the weekly 12 moving average to give this move a bit more strength. That's kind of what we shorter term goal that we got to get above. And we've got the 50 and 200 moving average right above us now. Just looking for a daily lower high than 108.75 at this point, and that's quite a bit of ways at this point. So need to see more volume coming in and better price action, because we're still at risk on Litecoin. Hype, inside bar on the day. Now we're still double inside bar at the moment. We're above the 12 moving average, so that's good. We have lots of room for a daily high or low at this point, which is 1389, but we're just looking for a daily lower high then 2102. So we have lots of room to set that daily lower high, or weekly lower high, sorry. Yeah, and we got the weekly 12 moving average above us. So we're still at risk with Hype. BNB, as I've been saying, it's one of the better names. Saw a bit of continuation with no follow through at this point. We need to see more follow through. Need to see more follow through than that. But at this point, we've made a lot of room for a weekly higher low at this point. And then, so when this tops out, then we can have a weekly inverse head and shoulders already. So BNB's just set up a lot better than the other names for potential continuation now. Now it's one of the better setups. And we've got the 50 and the 200 and the 12. All of our moving averages are below on BNB now, so that's telling, because none of the other names are. Everyone's got the 50 or the 200 and the 50. Actually, XRP is actually looking okay as far as that goes too. Actually, that's right. We're looking at this as an inverse head and shoulders here. So XRP and BNB are the better names at this time to be looking at. Solana, we've made enough room for a daily higher low at this point. We're just looking for a daily lower high than 152.91, and we'll see if we do top out. We've got the 50 moving average above us, so that's we want to reclaim all these. But yeah, step one is seeing if we set up a head and shoulders here, and then that would set us up to push above the 50 moving average. ONDO, seeing some follow through now, so that's good. Pushing off the 12 moving average, heading towards the 50 and 200. Just looking for a daily lower high than $1.20, and then we'll see if we can get a weekly inverse head and shoulders. But yeah, we're bouncing on the weekly now officially. Just looking for a weekly lower high. Well, there's lots of room. Weekly lower high than $1.65. So that's a lot of room to set up a weekly inverse head and shoulders at this point. So yeah, we got to get above the weekly 12. This is just a bear flag as far as the weekly goes. Got to get above the 12 moving average. Link, bouncing on the weekly as well, just looking for a weekly lower high then $27. Yeah, there's no other. Yeah, so that's a lot of room. And a lot of these names are kind of facing that same issue. They need to get above the weekly 12 EMA to kind of negate this as a bear flag, that we don't just set up a lower high and can go lower. So that's where I watch out for the 4-hour overbought potentially, or losing the 4-hour trends that we could be possibly setting a lower high. Sui, bouncing on the weekly, looking for a weekly lower high then actually right from all-time highs. Yeah, this is kind of just every week is a lower high, so lots of room for a weekly lower high at this point. Our $3.27 is the, or $3.26 is the weekly bear flag, so we got to make some more room here and see this uptrend continue. We got to get above, yeah, lots of room here. Now we're coming up against the 50 and 200 moving average, so caution on Sui that this is still a weak name. XLM, still kind of weak as well, but now we're above the 200. We're looking at the 50 moving average right now, and just kind of watching this upper trend line to see if that's becoming an issue here, and we'll see if this is kind of forming a rising wedge. We need to get above this trend line and get above, ideally above 30 cents, 0.309 cents. Yeah, 0.309, but also we have the 50 moving average rate coming up to us as well. Cardano, so we broke this equilibrium now, but we're no follow through. We've got the 50 moving average. We've made enough room for a daily higher low now on the way back down. Ideally, we can keep this 4-hour uptrend going and hold this 12-hour EMA, or sorry, 4-hour 12 EMA on the way back up. But we've also got we've got this, that we're still in a bear flag technically, and we've got the 50 moving average above us. It doesn't look that great yet. We need to move, need to head higher. Dogecoin, now we've finally got this daily trend change. Just looking for a daily lower high than 22 cents, 22.03 cents. And then we've got the 50 moving average above us, so caution on that. That could be trouble, and then we'll see if this sets up an inverse head and shoulders there. Hbar, still very weak, still hanging out at the 12 moving average on the daily, so caution that this can easily roll over at this point. We need to see more follow through at this point. We're just in a kind of an equilibrium at this point, but still very weak. Mochi, still trying to get above this 12 moving average on the daily, but then we've got the 200, the 50, and this resistance right above us. So if we can get above that and get some volume to come in and break above this, would be pretty pivotal at this time. And yeah, that it can also very much be a problem for us. Alpha, still looking at this as a rising wedge, but we're making some progress right now. Just looking for a daily lower high than 0.0455, and then we'll have the 50 moving average coming up to us as well. Kaspa, still looking at this. Yeah, exactly. We've made 3 touches here, so I'm still watching this like a potential rising wedge and its potential. Yeah, so we'll see where this. We have enough room to make a higher low than this support right here, but we need to put it in sooner than later. Otherwise, we're losing the 12 moving average on the daily. So caution on Kaspa. We just don't want to lose this 0.072263 support here. AVAX, seeing some follow through now. We broke this first daily resistance, so AVAX is actually looking better. We're coming up to the 50. We're closed right at the 50 moving average. So unfortunately, this has built up a lot of resistance the whole way down. So this is probably gonna be trouble on the way back up. Declining in volume too, so caution that this could set us up for a weekly inverse head and shoulders. Just looking for a lower high than 25.12. But yeah, hourly uptrend is the 4-hour uptrend, I guess, is the guide. Ton, yeah, still having issues here with the 50 moving average here. We're still on the daily bull flag, so as long as we keep holding this 12 moving average on the way up, we're still healthy with ton. But yeah, we're definitely seeing an issue with this 50 moving average at this point. Trump, still just seeing a little bit of daily consolidation. We're kind of in an equilibrium. We'll see which way this breaks. The 4-hour equilibrium breaks. But yeah, we're still dealing with this double top at 1245, 1241. Yeah, still trying to. Yeah, we're just in a daily equilibrium actually. So watching that, the 12, we need to get above this 12 moving average. And then, I mean, after that, we have a lot of resistances to deal with on the way back up. But that's one step at a time, is reclaiming this 12, get above 1245. So we have a little bit of room to set the daily higher low above 1066. But we need to set that sooner than later. We don't want to, the more we come back down, the more chance we just set a lower high on the way back up, and then we just keep tightening up. Okay, so that's it for tonight, and I will see you tomorrow evening for a recap. Bye.